Good afternoon to the members of the press. Good afternoon to the media and good afternoon to our audience. I want to use this opportunity to thank you all for showing up for this most important part of the concert, which is the press conference. With me here today is the management. I would have the singular honor to introduce them to you. On the far right, we have Yankuba Bojang, alias known as Bricks Boy. He is the ground coordinator and also serving as the manager for affairs that has to do with the Gambia. Next to him is Demba Jalo. His face is very familiar. Anytime we have shows, we all know the roles that he played. Demba served as the manager for international affairs, most especially those in Europe. Next to Demba, I would have to skip that one and I will come back to him because the day actually belongs to him. Next is Dr. Kadi Singate, Omar Kadi Singate. And Kadi is our financial supervisor and also the one that is responsible for our affairs in America. And my humble self is Ismaila Fadera. I will be in charge of the press and the media as far as the Teria concert is concerned. Um, Without wasting much time, I would have the honor and privilege to introduce the owner of the event, the most talked about event for that matter, who is no other person than ST, the Gambian Dream. He is the one behind all this work that we are doing. On that note, we welcome the media and the press as far as this concern is concerned. On that note, I will pass the mic to Demba Jalo, who serves as our international manager, to give an opening remarks on behalf of the management. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon to everybody. Madel Kontana Malena Minu. So, like Ismaila already mentioned, the reason why we gathered here today is to talk about the upcoming Teria concert, in which the management team feels it necessary to come and clear some informations or give some answers related to the logistics and preparations and every other concern that the fans might have or the journalists might have to ask about, so that we can give some clear guidelines related to the show. So the floor is open for every question, and then we wish to be able to answer any question that have specifically related to the Teria concert. And thank you everybody for coming.
Just as Demba said, we would have to follow protocols. Any media house who wants to ask question can please state the name and the media house they are representing for the purpose of records. Thank you. Yes?
First and foremost, my name is Mulan, Gambian Artist. I would like to acknowledge your respect and time. Use press on the world, which is nothing about being a nightmare, but thank God this time you time. And my question was to do with security. Past events I've attended like this guy have been a nightmare for most vulnerable people who work outside. Understand that security within the premises of the event has always been outside of the event has always been an issue. And ST has been known for providing a lot of security professionals that can actually apart from legal and state crime. What I mean, sending mails are you taking as far as this area is concerned? But then people are very worried about their access and stuff. Harassment.
So I'll pass the mic to Demba for that, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Modlan, right? Yeah, thank you so much for the question. And yeah, so like I understand, GCCI is a ground for us also for the first time that we have to hold our show there. So like you said, many things happen with the past events. So the estate management, we cannot go deeply to understand what was the cause or the reasons why maybe they have some security lapse because every management have their ways of doing their things. But like as the estate management is concerned, we work with our experience since from the Independence Stadium, and that means after every event, we make our recaps to find out some information related to what happened and how we can upgrade ourselves. So related to GCCI, the management deems it necessary to make a survey because it's the first time that we perform in there. So we are on the ground, we have a look, we consider some strategic points, locations, and how to comply with the audience, the traffic, and everything was put into consideration. And our security measures is drafted based on these protocols. So now coming down to the personnel, like after making the survey, we deem it necessary. What is the amount of numbers we're going in for, and then we engage in the paramilitary, the police intervention units, like always, and also the local securities for the inner core setup. Then the outer core setup is more of the personnel of the law enforcement authorities, and then we also have the police anti-crime unit who are responsible for patrolling to be able to dismantle any organized form of other people trying to group in response to avoid some complications. Though there is never 100% security guaranteed, but we try our best to make sure that the fans who are coming there can come safely and also go back home safely. So, but we also appealing to the fans and the general public because anytime the security personnel start to use power, already security failed. So what we appealing, like to avoid other complications, is even a form of security. That means when the fans who are coming there for the party and then try to follow the rules and the regulation, that I means like following the barriers, not to avoid promotions and to consider the next brother or sister next to you who is also trying to get inside. I think it will also make the work easier for everybody and also the securities. But like I said, the security setup is based on the logistics and everything related to the program, and that we consider, and then we try our best to get the amount of personnel we need to secure the place. Yeah.
So just out of curiosity, are we expecting 10,000 or 20,000 security partners over just, I think, 90 years approximately 70 or 1,000 security?
Yeah, that would be nice, but I think the number you know yourself, like yeah. But like I say again, we try to upgrade from year to year. So after studying and surveying the ground, knowing the key strategic points that we have to handle, and then the security measures to take place. So I think we have to we have tried to get enough securities to cover these places and these logistic points. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Next question, your name, please.
My name is Stephen Gray. I'm from Canada. I have a quick question. Stephen can answer you one question. The first question is, what is the main role in the area of that?
What is the
What's the main role
meaning?
The second question is, what music are you trying to say that when you and why do you pursue the area of
Thank you very much for that question. I think it's a very important question. We have been sending this message across, for years, I can say, one Gambia, one people, one nation, one tribe. We believe, friendship is the root of everything. Togetherness, oneness, being able to understand each other, as a nation. So we deem it necessary, to release a song that talks about how important friendship is, how we can all connect as friends, and towards positive good. So the song Teria is a local word. It means friendship. Teria concert is a concert for friends, all the friends around the world, in the Gambia and outside. Anybody that are friends, everyone is invited, to grace this occasion as friends, to show appreciation to each other. Badi and senior ya and yeah.
Yes, my name is Musa Jaya from Brazil. I will answer a lot of questions regarding the area. I've been a key for you, and I realized that the failure of the area music have been doing since 2022. But it's just me. Why do you take this long period to do this?
Okay, honestly, to tell you the truth, um, the first time I did a freestyle, like you said, it was in 2022 in UK. But then that was just the chorus. I'm an artist. Me, I work with vibe. I could just enter the studio, start some music now, and then tomorrow I come up with another sound, and then I feel like working on this ones more than this right now. So it's more of a feeling thing because for me, music is more of a feel. It's more of a vibe. Sometimes you feel this song is not ready. I need to cook this more. So it doesn't have to be rushed. Tabiro me alang kamo mo niya sa after mo ka na do my bang. Yeah, so morning important ajila. So but honestly I was just taking my time and making sure everything comes at the right time.
My name is Julius. Gambian Dream. My question is about the
Engineer.
what is it?
That's
No,
normal.
no,
That's
no,
Bakulle.
So this is gonna since because you can look at it. You understand? So the problem I see most of the time, okay, they can do. You know that. When they do story, bukan dia akan buat dulu. So ini mus stop dapat mus siapa bagai big problem lagi. So boleh jadi promotion of it. Atau mus kata atau entrance ni.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice. So
Got it.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Abarakabake. So when it comes to that, ngaminke ngang hakilo tu so jamal la fanan tambita GCCI modula putol ti kuruntel. So sol tambita le fanan mili alon ko ngang hakilo tu idole na moli hakilo tu idole ila setopol keta nyamin. So that's one thing. So always bunda to normally problemo kana wato minna ni mol futata bunda fangoto. But nata bunda se control no puru ni mol nata bunda to ay free bunda to fangoto. So walong goal always wala kake goal puru mol kana futa na bunda to. So niaje fangon ko no get tickets ngaw commencé no juna puru ngaw parking eliminate day because no one de ofana ma fan so line all tinu puru kata ticket osa. So ngaw eliminate day but still now regardless kunyal mam futa to lafta e futa nyame whereby mo be binale rek yedun no simply but normally minka okay at the beginning pango doli kaje la ka official aka okay ikaje barial katara jana but with time ikaje aka soron nan fola bango maybe fango baria man soto koteke mole na grupo kenan banda. So security wise nimpia yu discussion also to wala le puru ntela goal movement puru mol kana futa bunnato ni be futa la bunnato rek yena rek yeddu so wolen golti bunda ko ni me futa no bunnato rek you supposed to be free there in the sense that hanila fengo jolonta je mo nyanta afule je la funo jolonta yani wolen golti but regardless security damato kelano ntel fanan damata kelano we all have to do this collectively meaning atal min kana to respect mol min kana not necessarily the journalists but the general public comment comme your protocols respect comme barial velori nyamin na security respect ni ko moli batu follow ko si telephone normally ni be at distance ikake nyamin dole ka mol fenkele do mon nden mol bule ta puru bunnato kana fu bunnato si free follow jandi molena so nim patient ta dulani waratale mo be kunnale so not sure if I answer your questions
And the follow from the media. Because all
and
of that.
yes Okay, so before the media fanang, I want to say this. Me along is very important for Moli along. Okay, bunda tumbe bunda sabal bunda fula le utilize kam bunda ba fula, but bunda do fanang bijele me along ko kuru artist wala bunda tolong. So lafta la puru mol be yalon fana natare VIP ticket lesoro ibe dunna no dula tolal puru. So but that doesn't necessarily mean that natare ni la friends or le nata or any model but wal man VIP so ni VIP so isa dunno ni bunda any bunda la anyway. So but natare fana VIP le be bolo any model nata mi yalon ka man VIP so just to avoid complications. Maybe wait where try I tower bunda dola but the security is going to be very strict at artiso la bundat because artiso la bedu na ninjela aning VIP aning the other executives they all VIP anyway. I guess, yeah. Huh?
Yeah, the question is saying the press they do have limited spaces. Okay, that would be talked about right there.
Yeah, express. Okay,
Okay, I have a question.
Um,
When it comes to SNAP together,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so comme rek comme ka demanding la faje rek wolong kadie min fale wo is clear. So on that part fanan comme siloning like siloning coming to GCCI ground bring one target nga surveying ke na feel like if necessary as a possible no the last Johnson before main gate and the last Johnson the last Johnson before the main gate and the first Johnson after the main gate it be close la comme motoltina la comme kasia je fo bunda nyinto so pour more finance will put into consideration. Yeah, so minara nam press space in minna womu kuleti fana miyalon ko comme amuntol fana na concern leti. So what people have to understand music is ate fanan tambitale more than rek pour ka perform. So bano lebe stage kan and equipment so le fanan bije mini alon ko some are channels, some are cable, don't be bori can mean different frequencies la and stuff. So it is never like come cameraman or lafta ka low dawda anyanta ka low to use come way keno because albije min albije wala to have good shots and stuff. But live band performance need normal DJ setup all long. It's a problem we will solve within five minutes. Live band performance difficult. It takes time. So wala come sometimes nalka complication or sort of come studio you can come ka falal kana ning position ota or I'll move them because sometimes Allah equipment soul it a correspond with some of the electronic devices from the university studio so Mumbije in the new Risla this time we try to allocate spots for camera manual in a way for journalists or maybe along the Sony cover can real space so they can get good shots, But sometimes this is just an advice and then follow based on experience. The problem also from your end, struggle some of you also have to try and develop based on Allah's skills because it's very difficult to cover a whole show with one camera. So so but if you have like crew members of 2 camera people or 3, do janata do focus artist will them makan do tajana after alla cottons ke alla all sorts will be compiled together alla production on it's easy. So but no more killing okay in the 30 minutes tala nga sele studio la left after nga move studio la right later I go in front later back. So when 5 people want to do the same action on the stage whilst we also have the performing artist sometimes complication on in canale but still that doesn't justify it we will not work together. So Panamba trial from the management end the upgrade la and to make a setup to make things easy for everybody until financial load line in sort of
Yeah. How it used to be like this, maybe the crowd too. Because if we are too close to the crowd, they might snap your feet or they might be pushing you something like that. I think it's the best time for you to work on that too. Because we don't need to get closer to the crowd too. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to add on that. Galway to raise content. It's a concern on we, the media teams. Like always, we tell that on your press conferences. We have the press conference. I don't want to mention other things, but I think it is for us to discuss as stakeholders in the music industry. We talk about it because this is the place where we can talk about it, we discuss, we have one goal for the success of everybody. Most of the time, all couple, we need space, we need alternative. So even though Nali over than come, they're gonna give us space. In tell kind of shooting dula, if you wanna film somewhere else, you can get a security man in the middle of people, security man ni push Canada. Understand? So we don't complain. It's a genuine thing for us to look into because ni komole ko mole film ke stage over. When the artist is performing, they come VIP, they'll go obstruct. Maybe like in the future or nearby, most are given or even Krato Tema or somewhere else, be the cameraman. And they are given and they want to fix Nadame. For now, I wanna talk to the camera crew right now here. We need to level up our skills, we need to level up our standards. Sometimes it's difficult like come artist I so organized. You are having a mobile phone. I don't wanna disrespect nobody. Sometimes you can't get a crowd on a bigger cameraman on it. Like 15 to 20, people standing at one place. We are filming, we're distracting people. So I need we the media teams, we need to level up our skills. This is a job. Like the way these people need to level up, level. Because if we take our job seriously, I think when we go to events, they will not disrespect us.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. Is fine because if I understand the reason why we are here is Mialonko, it is directly to us, ST management, right? Related to Ndola events. So most of you might have other experiences to other events. Mialonko is different from Alkamin Ndola. So we address Mialonko, it is related to us directly. Well, like how the atmosphere and the we create to make sure that Allah satisfaction on you. But nevertheless, Nale general concerns it is related to the general music industry. I think it is very important. Alkana Batufan Konka for Estilebe event organized can or any other person clearly. You can try to make a form of organizing a press conference and musician artist, a general press conference related to expressing your dissatisfaction. What are the standards you can develop to make sure that the future events for Hollywood discussion on LinkedIn. But right now, thinking, don't say me handle no right now. Walang million will affect directly or will affect until a particular zone. But a general discussion about a general concern, I guess, and I advise you people to try to organize yourself, and then you write to the different artists, ila management or almiesi, a general discussion sort of put me in a pool because all of them are aim, yeah.
Yeah, Pamela, you want to ask?
Yes, I want to ask a few questions. Assalamu alaikum to you all. I am Fatima the German from Fine TV, Gambia. I ask you my first question is, what inspired you to create your new album, which is Stereo, and how does it differ from your previous work? And the second question?
Oh, it's two now.
Two, yes.
Okay.
So, can I allow you to answer the first?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, it's not an album. It's just a single. I know for the fact that I'm used to launching albums annually. So people expect annual albums, but this year I'm not launching an album. It's just a song. Yeah, it's just a concert actually. Yes, it's just a concert. Hopefully next year there will be an album. Yes.
Okay, the second. Can you tell us more about the themes and also the music to the Tyria
Message.
and the themes?
Yeah, well, I think I said that before. It's all about unity. Because if you hear, one Gambia, one people, one nation, one tribe, at the end of the day, I feel like it all starts with how we look at each other, how we expect, how we cope with each other, how we understand each other. So everything is based on friendship. If we all look at each other like we are brothers and sisters, it makes everything work perfectly well. So that's why the Teria song came out. Is to remind people of how important working together is and how we should put humanity first before anything, and how important it is to cope with each other and to work together as a unit. Unity is strength. Yeah.
Yes.
I want to ask, how prepared are you to change the Gambian Artist? And what is the difference between your last concert and this?
Well, me and my team have been prepared. We've been prepared. Yes, yes. We've been waiting for the day for so long, and everyone is excited, that it's here. Personally, I cannot wait to do what I do best on stage. Even though I don't want to break surprises here, you want me to break the surprise here. Yeah, so there will be so many surprises because we cannot be doing like it's different songs from last year was an album. This is a concert. It's gonna be a different entrance. It's gonna be different songs. It's gonna be a different performance, and we're gonna have a live band session and also a semi-live. Everything just comes different, but we will witness that firsthand on stage. On Saturday. I don't want to spoil the surprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can come back.
I came there.
Everybody is fine.
Okay, first of all, I want to congratulate you for the flyer of how the event will lay out. The massive congratulations on the layout was very organized. Impressively when I saw it personally. So, and then before we move on, I don't know if anyone has asked it. When I was coming, I was watching the live do this. Where you were highlighting about and the media personnel, possibly you can come with three people thereby you can system one person stands here or all of you rotated. Sometimes we do so, yes, sir. When it's very possible, like when you go to the collecting of the tax, organizers will tell you give me the platform maximum of collecting. Now let's say for example you want to do live streaming or you want to conduct backstage interviews, so it has to be half of the people. The moving around can only be done if the organizers provide more hands for us instead of limiting it only. That's one thing I want to make. And then the second one would be like Kebama himself. There's a lot of people that are saying like it's a concert for a particular song. When the duration of the song being released and the concert has to be I know you keep the song, why do you keep it up to this extent instead of releasing the album? I don't know if anyone has
Let's
Okay. First question goes to you.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So normally, like related to the press cards, you might be right one way or the other. Sometimes we have situations where some people will come, they want to have more cards, and then we try to give them maybe 2 or 1, because covering a show sometimes it's always good to have this conversation about to know exactly what this particular media house is doing. You understand? So because there must be a reason, like to say we need like 2 camera, 2 personnel or 3 based on these responsibilities. But if the media houses, some of them are trying to argue like one have a genuine reason. For example, if I give you three media cards for a particular reason and then it is confirmed, right? And then the other people also want to have 3, but they don't have 3 people who have to work. One will just be standing there just because the other media house have 3. So this is where the controversy comes. But we will be flexible and be open to people, to media houses who really need 3 or who need 4 or who need 2 or who need 1. It depends on their responsibilities and what they're doing. So these things also we have to consider them. So and on the side of the way we arrange the performance, so that the humble manager can emphasize on that, as it is all based on our past experiences with the timing of the artist and everything. So he can say a little bit about that. Oh, okay, good. So because like me and Briggs, like we in a management team, but me and Briggs is like we working hand in hand, 100%. So it's like when I'm talking much, so it's like Briggs is also talking. Yeah. So the reason why we try to arrange the artist performance list in the way you highlighted is simply because we do have situations where most of the artists, they would say, I will not go to the show earlier, I will sit until this particular time. So at some time, maybe if if the main artists have to come on stage at 2 a.m. and we have like 6 or 7 big artists who arrive on the venue at like let's say 1:30 a.m. So we want to satisfy them to perform, but then it is going deep into the timing of the main artist. So this is why we come up with this idea of to say, okay, why not we categorize the timing? This means if you are a performing artist, you see the time duration, like you should perform within 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. So if you come at 5 minutes after 12, you are there. The chances that you will perform is very slim if there is a possibility. But then you lost your right to say I should perform because you are not there during the timing. So this is why every artist who saw the flyer knows if I have to perform, this is the time duration I have to be there. But it is not basically like to say we wanna try to separate who have to come first or second, because even those names on a particular time scale is not guaranteed who is playing before who. So the most important thing is that you know if you're there, this is your time to perform. Okay? This is why we make it like that, you know. Yeah. And Kari wanna make some adjustments.
So regarding the program guide too, this is the first time we are doing that. We never did it before, but in other places, the artists will know exactly when they are supposed to perform. They will know that, let's say 2:45 is your time. So for example, when we went to the summer jam in Germany, we were performing 3 p.m. So me and Demba, we were very busy to let them know that it is going to be 3 p.m. We understand that the sun going to be very hot, but that's how they do it here. They give us time, so it's 3 p.m. So the thing is, we want the fans, or you guys, everybody coming there. This is the first time we're doing this. We're not saying that it's going to be perfect or it is the best, but we believe that we are getting closer to how it is done in other parts of the world professionally. So another thing that I wanted to add is some of the artists may see their name on the flyers, but so the flyers we have been working on it, progressively, but unfortunately it leaked mistakenly. So that's why we are forced to push it out real quick. So some artists might see their names on the flyers, but we haven't get in touch with them yet. Some of them, not necessarily we haven't get in touch with them, but we are unable to get them on the phone or any means we are trying to get in touch with them. So this will go out to the artists or the people that is representing them. In case if you see your name on the flyer, even if you're not going to be there because you are supposed to be somewhere else, that's why we want to talk to you before the flyer come out. So we were having difficulty talking to people before the flyer come out. That's why it was leaked first. Then we just are forced to take it out. So some artists may see their name there, and we haven't communicated with them yet. But this is what happened. Some artists probably they have something going on, or they are not even around. But the ones we know that are not around, we don't include. But yeah, this is why the flyer is out before they know that they are supposed to be performing. But we are still going ahead because they all have to know, because this time is different. Every art is time specific. Some are coming 10 to 12, others from 12 to 2. Then ST will come on stage. So this is the first time also we are confidently saying we want ST to come on stage, and we want to make sure that that works. So that is on our side to make sure that happens. So from that part again, ST will take a little break based on the flyer. Then we will have Acidic and Attack in that interlude. Then ST will come back again and have a collabo songs, and some of his songs that will be semi-live. That it's not a playback, but it's a semi-live. So to all the way to the end of the song.
All right, and just to add on to what the concerns that we are having with the media houses, and anyone who knows this management, we always learn from experience. I'm glad that Demba had made mention of that, because at the end of every event we do sit down and reassess ourselves what went wrong and where we need to improve on. Always, what we always have is, sometimes you give media houses 5 tags, you give them 6 tags. Those tags are being used for them to occupy the VIP sections. This has been a concern for the management. That is why there have always been limited cards to the media houses, because you cannot have a concert or you have an album launching and you are having a media house requesting for 10 media cards. It is always a difficulty. That is why we try to look at the media house and the type of job that they do. For example, you look at GRTS or you look at iAfrica to come and cover Teria concert for iAfrica TV. Definitely they're gonna show up with 2 cameramen. You cannot give one media task to iAfrica to come and cover the program. That is the difficulties that we do have. But inshallah, this time, that is why we have created the media groups. The media group is already created, and we have the media houses. The numbers that we have, we're going to treat it according to that. But be rest assured, we will have enough media tax based on the job that you people do, and there will be fair representation when it comes to card distribution.
Because lastly, usually an individual contract used to protest the public expense.
Sorry?
I give job contract was always
A day before.
The day before.
Usually, not frequently, usually used to do it. So is the public, expecting anything?
No, not really. The Teria song is the last song before the concert. Yes.
Yeah, my question goes to ST. I'm glad that you've been making this pronouncement of Gambia and you are now living by bringing area concern. If by any chance see artists that claim that they are not in good terms with you because that are too much in the area is by any chance we will see, let's say, the likes of Brogue come and perform, because even though he claimed he had an issue with you, but you claim you don't even have any problem with any Gambian artist. We see him perform because what area. So that when we say area, as much as we are all Gambians now, we all fit in that gap. So should we by any chance see Brogue perform? If you or your money to talk to him,
Personally, like I said, before, I'll say it again. It's not just because, the media is here and I just want to say stuff that is nice. For real, I do not have any problems with any Gambian artist. That is not what I stand for. I stand here killing, what I did, that's what I am about. So if anybody does not understand me to a level, is that person not understanding? But we open our arms for everyone, Yes.
So my question is now, have you or your management reached out to you?
Okay, so I'll say it this way. Look, I'll tell them. Did I talk about Broke? I told them. I told them you also reach out to Broke. I told them this just some days ago. And I myself personally told Broke the last time I saw him, I think it was the Antulas Olympo. Yeah, Antulas at Antuso, I saw him. I told him, bro, next week, in a couple of weeks, it's my concert. You're invited. Like, I do not have problems with, look, anybody you think I have problems with, when I meet them, I'm cool with them. Kabadi yaleke. So the rest of the problems is what I see on the media, but not when we see each other. When we see each other, we are brothers. So outside this, where you see all that stuff, But anyway, I'm not but at the same time, sometimes you can't respond. You cannot even come to the media because I would rather promote a brother than bring him down. So you can respond if I means what to do. It's like a disappointment for people, realistically. So I don't even want to go there. I would just say I'm a nano. Yeah, I understand. But not that event bro. Please to give from manina. Ask him. I told him I Gambia bacon the list. I swear down. I swear down. I told him list man 50 550 sila pa nong ka auto model to tapuman. Yeah, like like Gambian music, bro. Compared to other countries, I don't know where you guys, Mbajibe Kanyamin. Yeah, and then so enjoy we are out there and stuff. But compared to other countries, say Ghana, say Nigeria, yeah, and they say other Senegal, right here and pull Mamputat Lato. So it's a basic necessity that we all work together, for a common good. Than the busy ring, yala and other petty things. So la mini along we yala and that we don't even have rights to na song, so muka royalty from collect. Yala and the more pump put together, to try to work in a way that the say benefit no na music or the busy ring can that's not. I'm too focused on the positive that man times to be dragged into any negativity. So kama hapo nyamin like ni betang mindset to what goal aka hardly mo bundije because at a bit abe picture jibe come from perspective min nalo. So anytime Omar but our perspective to then I can easily understand. But what we do, no matter how you try to understand, mudo mukaje because at a bit a mantra things will GB come from another angle. Yeah, understand. So that's just how it is. But we reaching out to everyone, bro. Malafika honeymoon to Kuma, especially more many along household names, Yeah.
Next questions.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I don't know. I'm late to this. I'm sorry about that. But then, understanding the level of collaboration you're doing right now is massive and incredible. Compared to the
Thank
beginning
you.
of your career, you're supporting a lot of performing artists. But yesterday, there are other African of the time. There are people that will still compete.
Yeah.
So to clear the doubt, what could be the criteria for me as an upcoming artist to have this song?
Yeah, my management always, they complain about that. There is no criteria. For me, bro, I'm there for music, Sometimes people start today, but they are super talented, so you cannot judge by you have to have 3 albums before you can do a song with me. No, anybody can actually have a song with me. Usually, what I tell them is, like you have to be an artist first. Not I wanna be an artist. That means you need to have records first, But if you have a good song, you send me a demo, I listen to it, and I like it, I will jump on it. You don't have to pay anything or nothing. I would do that for free. Yeah, so that's how I work. Even though my management is like we have to change some things because we need to set standards also, Yeah.
Yeah, like what ST is saying, because the management is also there to advise, right? Okay, what we have to understand, like, he's doing his music and he's there. There is a reason why some people wanna have a collabo with him, but collabo doesn't also necessarily means it just have to happen from the first request. Because let's put it in this way: if you are an artist, you there, right? You have your standards. I wanna have a collabo with you. I come with my song, right? So now there is where the game starts. It's whether I come with standards and then we jumping into it and it is balancing, or you singing better than me, but this is my song and now people are not even listening to me anymore and it's my song because you outsmarted this song, right? And or you have the option to say, let me come a little bit down to meet my standards. And then now, what is with your career now? Because if SD have to come down low with his talent to jump into a song just to satisfy a brother, so it's also not good for his career. So we, the management, sometimes is also we intervene to make sure that certain artists also try to come with some standards. And some have a project. We cannot jump into this project because the song is whether so controversial or so abusive. The language tone used into the concept of the song is against his way of doing his music. And these are some of the things that people have to understand why some of the artists cannot jump into the projects of other artists. So, but then, like he said, because we, the management team, we never experience in any situation where ST is asking for money for collab. Never. Because even when people write me and then tell me that, can you please link me for a collabo, and then I put it forward. It is never like we never put it forward. We always put it and we discuss it on the management level. So this is how it is. So let's, like ST said, he's giving collabos and he will continue giving collabos, but let's the artists also work better on their project so that it is balancing.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me add. And also, if you are unable to get a collabo the time you want it, doesn't mean that he don't want to do it. So if you don't have him on your first album, there's a possibility. So some people will get angry and start, thinking some other way just because the time they want him, they didn't get him at that particular time.
Okay, guys, TV. Just contribution may def rek. Xam nga àdduna nit ki da ngay wax li war a mun a nekk. Xam nga fii raayante bi mooy indi problème. Ku mel ne ST is a legend for me. Man yàgg naa si biir xam naa bu baax. Ñu sundul benn nit bu nekk Sénégal sax Pape Diouf waykat bu mag la dafa tey mënut a am featuring ak Youssou Ndour. Because tamit dafa am level boo yegg tamit ku nekk nga war a mën a defal featuring loolu il faut nit ñi xam ko. Daloon na Akon ak Wally Seck. Time bi Wally buggee way ak Akon dana ko xaaral liggéeyal ba ñu bañ ñu ko gisoon ne daf ko xeeb fekk du loolu mënoo jël benn Michael Jackson nga ne dafa war a way ST tey mënut a nekk il faut nit ñi xam loolu tamit loolu tamit dañ ko war a jàngal nit ñi ñu xam ko loolu mën a génnee tey way rek parce que ñu si bari dañuy profité is ST bu ma way ak moom comme tey rek ma mun naa naan dama ko way ak ST kenn yombal ma ko parce que dina ma yóbbu si beneen level mais moom fan la ko yóbbu moom il faut tamit ñu xool loolu tamit loolu beneen mel ni yéen a ko si mën a dimbali parce que boo bëggee seen saa yi ñëpp tamit bu yàggee mooy loolu loolu lañ si bàyyi xel bu baax a baax dina ñaanal si show bi ñaanal def si barke parce que yow kenn nga si man loolu nga ma ñëw pour nga gis ma si presse ba yombul man kenn nga si man parce que respect bi nga am ko sa bàyyi gëm-gëm bi nga am ko sa bàyyi wàcce bi nga wàcce sa bopp ñaanal bi nga la yëkkati saa su ne te loolu dina def kanam incha allah
Thank you.
loolu nga lay ñaan
Yeah, so just to add a little jumbo on lower knee, So man, personally, like I was that artist, like I was that young artist, Bohamne, from the start, I wanted to do collabos with some big artists, our own collabos. Yeah, you understand? So me being at this level, when I look at some struggling artists, that really reminds me of yeah, you understand? When I was struggling to actually have collabos and not get it. Why come lower me, you would actually give collabos to people for free because you want the development of Gambian music as a whole. Why people don't see it that way mostly. Yeah, I understand. Entitlement with a big body sometimes, So you did not try to def collabo at me to support why Coco because just still it's like people see like it's a must. Yeah, I understand. So because the way people view things, so I'm really glad that you understand things, from that perspective, Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. ST.
Yeah.
Last year, press conference, young.
Yeah.
You do 10 album and you know do album.
Yeah.
So my dear, like concert album for Kenya. And then the last one is last year also you have press conference. You were going through a lot. So I hope you're feeling better now.
Okay, so regarding album it's always been my dream purunga 10 albums so yeah understand yeah and purunga 10 albums drop na nga 8 album drop le at of so ito ba karon tarim flow ni drop back held so next year me killing drop lale after na concert jama bal ke pun space bye na jamun plan nyo kada but fanang yeah ninga 10 albums sort of fang because it doesn't have to be about an album we can still do 4 songs iya kono fans will entertain a concert okay we still have events where tara manke album pedal but personally I don't know after 10 album mo min bekala but intela dream wong for at least nga for year as an artist na career ko nga 10 albums sort of like that have always been a dream for me so sing ko bekala dream come true but music always life for me and I'm always going to be dropping songs to entertain fans out there. What was the second question?
Last year you were going through a lot.
Yes, cool theater man killing, but the survive can we still breathing, and doing a lot,
Okay now.
Yeah, man.
Countryman.
Okay, we have a question. It's going to be more about concerts. The first question, timing. Gambian artists were timing for my soul skills of the school. Time estimated as a but much of the time criteria because we want to satisfy an individual artist minimum perform. But at the same time, also more than our beer in your government but I forgot this thing. And how's the timing? Is this like you see 2 a.m. for example, and then more than me and go because another can have a problem with 2 a.m. speed up from 2 a.m. But because of individual artists will be able to perform at the ST change it's like this 2 a.m. ST performance is gonna be 2 a.m. no changes even we don't happen at the ground whether the artist mean that can later like or over the 2 a.m. supposed to be 2 a.m. And the second question is none of the memorable sound system. We use a land band and ST Gambian Dream is a household name for Gambian music. It's not for individual, but it's for all of us. Because the brand itself is representing Gambia generally, because the ST will tell like majority people remember. The sound system is always a problem to solve. Before the band, the sound, not our sound of correct. Nimbano and equipment so but like how is the management working on the sound system?
Okay, yeah. So, like, our first question is related to the timing. I will discuss little demanding. So, I think that's very important. So, link it at this time. Well, we gonna make sure that na time when I mean for full STS I sell over time all. Hanata fembe add like an abekela plus minus maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes cool. But this is the reason why management only are deemed necessary because artists will performance time when you categorize on a particular period of time, you know. So and we wanna make sure that we implement, you know, because when STM follow no. When the artist will Gambian artist will be ni bela effort kakang ni be kuno ko ni bela chunol safela inspirational binala don't go kalabuta what they are going through. So that 2 hours or 3 hours to make they are so special for them. They understand the way is very important. Couldn't be no respect. So this goes to all the other artists. Memobe Danila, let them come in time to make sure that we avoid this complication. You know, so but we're trying to make sure that the time will be jinyame at the performance time we maintain that. So we not only sound on what transformation we have been working on them. This starts with the artist. I love the munela, I love the I love the perform, I love rehearsal tata nyadile. Now coming to the event itself. So I set up he give it out and then we make the setup, right? Okay. So for you being a DJ, I understand where you're coming from. Why the output of the DJ monitors is always different from live band. Because live band my instruments me along with their channel on the mixer. So your mixer means sort of for your DJ output where the channel is always free and clear. You play anyhow. So but instrumental you can correspond and you have instrument with their own monitors. You have guitar monitors or the bass monitor, piano, cantan monitors also. All these are channel. So now here comes like sound engineer ka space means sort of to work during the show because no sound check it. This is there. Now when the sound started, sound check at the time when the ground is very, very empty. The output is different. No more theater, crowd in theater. Now the way the monitors are responding is different based on crowd ka sound block nyame. So this is where the sound engineers will have the time to make their adjustments. But when we have like 20 or 30 people standing on the stage, they don't have anything to do there. They will be a single day cable they understand that all these are factors they have to change in the Gambian music industry. And this is going out for every other artist. They understand that as a brother because at the SD Kafon personally, Nara Allah better Altanta to manage him alone. But until we should leave the music industry. They understand that we should set standards. They understand that. So based on that standard, the more they Danila, anybody, me alone, like from our team to anybody, Niman fell sort of, Niman bend responsibility sort of why you have to be on that stage. Please stay in black. We want that Minda instrumental, for example, me gender Kosila the gender display. We want the audience to look at it. They don't want to see me. Now they understand it. So sound engineer and have to hear the sound output. The instrumental output is very, very important in the music. The main artist have to be able to correspond with the instrumental players based on their body language. Ananda kalola action ke na bulola jitatio ya lo STA mean, but like not a lot of counter, you have 5 people standing between him and the guitar player. All these things have to be avoided, you know. So no matter the way of setting the sound, well, we have the management team is working with the sound engineers to make sure that after setup we maintain that, and during the time of the performance also we maintain that the same standards also. So we will be working on that, you know. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm good. No, I'm not good. Concerning come make it on lady.
Yeah.
Come DJ, you know. Come see go stage with cameraman.
Yeah.
But who cameraman kasi? Security. Because sikaw man tuwi frank man majala ci Gambia. There is art we play. There is security we play sikaw. When you lose is playing, there is very secure sikaw. You know. When the other artists are playing, there is very secure sikaw. No music to the front for nice. But there is a ñaata security sikaw. You can block artists, you can block them. So you have to main camera, but say event, you have to main camera and the next stage, you say event because I'm going to in the future. They know security, they study the stop the cameraman, they stop the communication what I'm between the artist and musician because they communicate with musician with drama, with bass guitar. You're the bomb solo. But the one that the security you give them what it is to. You take the way back, you want to better access the artist because you're not guy. They didn't come secure.
Okay. Well, you need to put into consideration, you know. Yeah.
We have about 10 minutes to, wrap up the press conference.
Yes.
Goes to Esther. What do you hope fans take away from the concert, and how do you want them to remember this night?
Yes, it's gonna be an amazing night. Honestly, there's so much to give, and there will be so much to take. Like I said, I don't wanna spoil the surprise, but we're looking forward to be, a memorable night. Another night where we write some more pages to the history books of Gambian music, for sure. Yeah.
What more? Can you say a favorite lyric or song? And tell us what you will say.
Nadia tatelon teriti, Nakia tatelon teriti, Nawana muamun namoleti, Nkanyata damin natelen najeriti, Ndanite mufauti, Yamuta sauti bauti, Ramtara muntakia yamutakata lemu. Yes, just to break it down, I don't know how to break it down because my songs are already broken down for everyone to understand. Yeah, but it's just talking about the essence of friendship, about being there for each other, and being able to represent your friend even behind your friend. Being a good person and a brother's keeper. Yeah.
Last question, sir. I'm not sure you answer. One live answer, but still a money.
I got 10 minutes for the last question.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Esta la que le tiene el duma.
Aha.
Dura fin de santo. Dura se le public.
This time.
That's a surprise.
Kung ako namin, alto de alam tam push la pa yung cool opinion ko na dali, But but no pass na honorable manager. At kay buri ma ko lang nagdarmal la yun ay ba.
No, kaya niya mira.
Pero wo.
No, ko like damba ya fanyami. Ntol mbega communicate whatever the communicate diam ko kadile diam dan mo diam. Ma understand. So it's like reputational in the Asia, But there's something for another me clear there. I know go down the for concerning about additional other things, additional communication, and other stuff. It's not even that. Throughout these 2 years, I don't got any artist me ranka about album or in Kanjan because ST Kafon na Sony cancel and I try booking the sort of 200,000 plus. I Kafon booking the not cancel for that artist to go and perform on those artist shows. I'm going to clean the manke flood, I'm going to Savada manke nan. Well, I nearly achieved throughout these 2 years for another performance sold limit, because when the artist is launching his project. Trying the idea that the sacrifice will make when it comes to Gambian music. He wants everybody to win. Yeah, but these things when they are not communicated, people they don't know about it. You know? Yeah, so after more than me for that young. Yeah, so but don't management team like okay, dollar right don't put for money. Money back here. I mean can be for at least more base we know, you know. Yeah. So no, yeah, because yeah, but saying meaning Karona. Because question of me raise I understand. So when push to that corner, you know, we're gonna say it.
What to do, you know, who can do it is not just for the media. It's just like, you know, 200 or in another year. Well, as you say, 200 or yeah, exactly. You know, with us, it's not about that. You know, every relationship, brotherhood is genuine to us. Yeah, and so ning the better and for the sake of better and not because after the media, yeah, mutaya fata exactly. You know. Yeah.
What do you have in store for the media?
Amanna June. But still, you know,
Yeah, we will recap.
Next time I didn't adjustment like avoid Michael switch because maybe some of the other Michael you mantra correspondent, you know. I don't know. Yeah, put adjustment of the calendar and put yalana yeah to avoid this. Yeah, so now they later like then but just to make a quick recap on that. So more we talked about it, you know, and then to make sure that based on your concerns, we try to upgrade them to our standards of satisfaction. So any general issue financially related to until the mama can perform. So me is directed to us, still a management, until that trial and our handle. But not suggestion of the media houses management, they can try to contact the Gambian Music Union or the artist management in USC. These are our general concerns on various events to come out with solutions and possibilities, you know. And even stage managers will find a diamu because some of you have more experience in terms of state decision making than us, you know. But Nali Allah opinion of Al Control Mira de Nali we work on new ideas, you know, so put was a wanyama. But then best trial, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
So
we have 3 more minutes.
Few minutes, but
we could take 2 last questions.
Yeah, maybe we can have 2 last questions because we have an important update that will be important to the fans to know. Yeah.
No. Kang alnaning artist gate.
Artist gate you come through the artist gate, but alumo pala rek alla kato
Mumanya na fair la press.
Alla kato ali you come through the artist gate.
We are doing our best to ensure that all the members of the press have their cards a bit early. If we do that, it's not going to cause any commotions because it is going to be hard. Security present as a media personnel card man so but then with your press card that the management is going to provide, you can use the jet that will be convenient to you and you will not have any push and pull with the security.
Yeah, one last question.
That's why we created the press. Sorry. Let me
Okay. So, so léegi la ma answer ko si olof ndax pël ok comme noo ko waxee foog naa ne daal moo nekk di seen question bi sister bi moom tam lu mu laajte ak lu mu waxoon fii nii before so dañ am sometimes certain situations and circumstances lu dee waral loolu noonu lu tax cards yi di delay mbaate dafa nekk delay on the side of because sometimes we press contact person bi moom kum dee communicator to some of these press houses based on our protocols so bu ñu dugga pour nit ñëw randomly even though yaa ngi amee sa caméra oo andi like comme saa ni ñu ko waxee some people dangaa gis ne dañoo ñëw si event bi ak smartphone so it's very difficult sometimes doo dee gis any sign bu nekkee ne like their faces are familiar dañ dee xam ne ok kii exactly wante sometimes you need certain clarifications pour nga xam ne exactly kii lu mu nekk di wal loolu la at the same time ta ndax dañ ko mën a jox kaati ñoom yi pour mu yóbbu ko so loolu moo ko dee waral wante dañoo make so based on this year standard bu mu nekk di upgrade ak nu mu nekkee di liggéey moo nekk we have a list Ismaila have a list and based on this list xam nañ ne exactly 100% kii dinañ ko jox kaat sami so dangaa gis ne bu ñëwee rek then they get it so easily yeah.
So when I don't wanna also here,
Yeah.
I just wanna say a big thanks for the management of SD. Yeah. I cannot call it the new management, but then the management level of standards and level of maturity you guys are running the ST brand. Especially the team, the whole team. In the past years, we've been seeing so many, things that were kind of, difficult, reaching to ST, having some certain things with ST. But we can see now the management is really working hard to see things going on the international standards, to see ST brand to the next level. The reason why I am raising some awareness on certain things that are happening behind the scenes in the music industry, it's not like they come, we have to sit down and wait for you gather you def meeting. We hope like they come. ST is the face of Gambian music. If ST set any standard in anything that we are doing in Gambian music, I know the other fellow artists are gonna follow steps. Yeah. I understand. So let me set a standard. So let me set a media. We can for at least can su taxawee dañoo wax ne ok Keba maa fa ay sort of money because they're more face any year I have problem always. We have problem always. Then sometimes we don't stick up you cannot come in the media, okay, people will be like, okay, he hater. Yeah. It's Gambia. Yeah. They don't find your hater. But sometimes one can tell it. Then they'll cut the boy, he bow, he hung up. Definitely cool. But then sometimes we just have to come clearly discourse as brother, it's not about Gambian music industry. Before me, there is no industry, bro. Yeah. bro. Who are you going to talk to, bro? We are the industry. Yeah. If you take out ST out from the industry, who am I going to talk to? Yeah. So the level and the standards have to start from ST, I think. Yeah. So congratulations on everything that is going on for the last year. ST has been given one of the biggest collabs. I want to say a big thanks for that. I can see he's blessed on his, not releasing his songs, but then the collabs he's giving is like a big, win for Gambian music. And we are behind it and behind the escape route.
Thank you very much. So we want to give some information that there is going to be a restaurant built inside this at the concert center. So by the Motherland restaurant, because ngalone mall ka majele model kanale kabiring A7 fango. So there is going to be a restaurant built in there by Motherland restaurant. So it'll the mal betara lagi model betara lagi they are connected with GCCI that has to do with helping women. Well, they're going to be in there, but not outside vendors. Nyule betara lagi Motherland restaurant. And another thing, more nimol be ticket sana you try kuriye ticket sang from the right vendors. Banta, there is no gate tickets. So if you buy ticket at the gate, in case if it happened to be the bad one, you are at your own. So as far as we are concerned, no gate tickets. So ntella mo mantara nalbe ntella mo manyana ticket o wafi la bundato. So nalbe ticket o wafi sanka momo ya bundato. As a isetano because last year we more than 100 tickets. Now more than 100 tickets is the fake ones. Some of them crying, but unfortunately, they cannot enter. So laptop room will be along gate ticket mantra.
Yeah, just to throw a little stuff on what you were saying, Ndofana, we are not, because like you said, we cannot just be working, and say it's Gambian level. No, we always try to compare ourselves to international level, So every other day, every other event, we are always trying to push things to set standards, to doing things like it's done all around the world. So the rest assured, we would really put all of this into consideration. Yeah.
Yeah, so Ismaila also updated me right now. So related to the VIP also, the VIPs are allowed to use the artist gate, but nevertheless, anybody who wanna come through the main gate, they can also use it. So, but then they are also allowed when they are having the VIP card to come through the artist gate. So also because we've been having these questions also online and stuff, so it is raised here by one media personnel, the new management. Okay, it's true some of you might not be familiar with our faces, but then I would say like we have been working with ST for so long. It's just like maybe it is from maybe last year or year before last. Some of us are seniors, but then the only concert that we don't attend, big concert was at this Saluto. Yeah, but since Gambiana, if some of you might go to the clips, you might always see, we always there since Gambiana at the stadium. So Cardi since from day one, so it's just like we are having maybe some faces, who were presenting as a being in the forefront, but then the team was there, with the bricks since ages. So it's not like these are sometimes how people might think this is somebody new who might not know more about the management procedures and other things. But then it is always nice to clear because it's not because of your statement, but it's because I do also have some questions. Some people might ask me, are you since when are you working with him and this kind of thing. So that's clear, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next for FC after the concert? Are there any upcoming projects or those?
Yes, there are always be upcoming projects. Music is life for me. But I want to take this opportunity to thank all the media houses, the press, for being here. We cannot do this without you all. So we are all in this together. And I also want to tell you guys, it's not just this is not just the team. There's a whole lot of other people in the background too that are working, putting in their effort to make sure the event goes as planned as usual. So Almimbar, Allah Barakabaga.
Yeah. Just to conclude, I would use this opportunity to thank the members of the press and the media for gracing this important occasion, which is the press conference. Please, just like we said, those of you that are attending the press conference today, do not go home without writing your name on the attendance list, because it is the attendance list that will help in the distribution of the press card.